Hello YouTube, it's Roman Ward Solo here. Gonna do another video. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought I would do another guitar tutorial. This one is on a song called That Girl Could Sing. It's a Jackson Browne song. Jackson Browne was a very popular pop adult contemporary artist back in the mid and late 70s and on into the 80s, early and mid 80s. Running on Empty was a really popular album he had. I think that came out in like 76, 75. He had a couple albums before that. The song Running on Empty was a super hit for him, and then there was another song, The Pretender, which was before that, and then, Stay, that old 50s standard Stay song, Stay Just a Little Bit Longer. He did that song too, with his own little twist to it. Adult contemporary for the younger folks out there was a form of music that was kind of like pop music, but it had a rock flavor to it, the lighter side of rock flavor to it. It was when FM radio was first becoming popular. Eric Clapton, Fleetwood Mac, a lot of groups like that, the Eagles, and Jackson Browne, a lot of groups in that era that were popular, and then they kind of fell into the adult contemporary genre. And this song was, like I said, kind of later in his career. He had done, probably already peaked with Running on Empty was probably the biggest album he had, and that was like 2 or 3 years before this one. It's not a hard song, but it's not an easy song. It's not a song for a beginner to play. The band, the song is piano based. It's very piano oriented, but it's not too difficult that you can't get away with it on a guitar. The guitar player in the band put kind of a twist to their music. He didn't use a regular guitar all the time. He used a lap steel guitar, and also an instrument called a Weissenburn or something like that. I might not be pronouncing it right, but that's a very old Central European, like probably about the time the guitar first came out, probably 1500 or something like that, maybe even earlier than that. It's a very old instrument, but he used those two instruments through running them through electric guitar amps, and it's played, like a lap steel with a bar, like this, or finger pick, banjo picks, or whatever. But it gives kind of a twist to the sound of the band, and that would probably be the most difficult part of trying to cover the song. The vocals are very jazz-like, contemporary jazz-like, the singing, the words, and the vocals. It's not your basic verse, chorus song. There is definitely a verse at the beginning, and there's kind of a chorus riff that kind of comes in and out, and then it kind of goes back to a sort of a verse. There's only 2 chords that are really not standard. And there's a little intro that really requires 2 hands on a piano, or an act with more than one person, like an acoustic guitar player, maybe a bass player or something, because there's a little riff in there that the bass is doing, and Jackson Browne is probably doing on the left hand, putting a little bass run in on his left hand in the chords. The main chords of the song, excuse me, my voice just went. The main chords of the song, you got this A9 with suspended 4th, D/A, and it sounds like this. Actually, it's 2 variants of the chord. It sounds like this. You're just playing the A string, the D string, the G string, and the B string. That's what it sounds like. You're not hitting the E string at all. You probably could hit the E string. It'd probably work. Yeah, it would work, but I usually just hit. And then the other one is the shift, which is the D with an A bass or something like that. Not exactly sure, but you're still holding the A9 suspended 4. Then you've got a D, then you got an A, and then back to a D, and then back to that A9 suspended 4th, and you go back to a D, and an A, D, and a G. Okay, that's the verse, and you got this little riff that's kind of a chorus. It's really not that hard. This part's the easiest part of the song, really. It's a B minor, A, G, and an A. You just kind of pull off the G. It's like this. And there's 2 runs, as you could tell by just listening to it. The B minor, A, real quick, B minor to the A real quick, and then pull off the G to the A real quick. And the second time you do that little run, you hold that G for a second, and you hit it like that, like 3 or 4 times, and then let that A sustain. You put this little progressive part in there too. Let's go over that A9 suspended 4th chord real quick. You're going to be doing like a power chord, open A with your index finger. You're going to cover the D string, the G string, and the B string, but you're mainly going to keep cover on the D and the G string because you're going to take your index finger, or ring finger, sorry, index finger's here, your ring finger, and you're going to cover like you're going to do a D, open D, except you're just going to cover the B string on the 3rd fret. And you're playing all those. Okay, there you got a basis of the A and D chord, A/D chord. Okay, now to get the suspended 4th, you're going to take your pinky and you're going to cover the, let's see, that's the G string on the 4th fret. And you're just going to play these middle 4 strings, the A, the D, the G, and the B. Okay, then you're going to take your pinky and come up 1 string, same fret, 4th fret, but you're going to be on the D string. Whoops, sorry. See, it sounds kind of empty like that. That's why it's kind of good to have another person in there or a piano player behind you that can do 2 hands, because there's a bass note right up here. See, that's how it actually does. Or if you got some really good fingers, you know, you my fingers aren't that long, and that's kind of a this is where the jazz part comes in. So it'd be good to have 2 people to do that, or a piano behind you to play those bass parts with the left hand. Okay, the only other chord that's not those standard chords that I showed you is a, let's see, it's an A13 suspended 4th. And all you do is you take, this is, let's see, A major, I think this is an A major 7th right here. You slide it up 2 frets. So you're going to be covering the B string on the 3rd fret. The G string will be open. The D string you're going to be covering on the 4th fret. And again, you're just going to play these 4 middle strings, the A, the D, the G, and the B. can hit, on that chord you can hit the bottom A, but you don't want to hit the top one. And that's the part where he says, that girl can sing. Okay, that little riff part there that I showed you a second ago, the B minor to the A and the pull off of the G to the A, that's the part where he's going, running into the midnight with the clothes ripping in the wind. That's probably the other difficult part about the song. The way the vocals are kind of tied into the chords, I found it hard. That part right there, I really have an extremely difficult time playing it and singing it at the same time. That doesn't say a whole lot because I'm just in between intermediate and advanced guitar player. My guitar is not my main instrument. Different video altogether, but that's probably the only two parts of the song that are that would be difficult to copy. The way the words are tied in to the music, the singing, the pronunciation of the lyrics and everything, the way that's tied into the song, and the way the guitar player is using a lap steel. Okay, so basically you got this part right here. She was a friend to me when I needed one. Wasn't for her, I didn't know what I would do. She gave back something that was missing in me. Okay, that's that part right there. And after the part where it goes, running into the midnight with your clothes open, that part right there, on the last verse he goes, hanging on to the laughter that each of us, B minor, A, hide our happiness in, G. And then it goes to that A9 suspended chord. Talk about celestial bodies, D. And you're at B minor, D, A. Your angels on the wing. Well, she wasn't much good at sticking around, but that girl could sing. Okay, she wasn't, B minor, much good at sticking around, A, but G, that girl, E minor, could sing. There's that A13 suspended fourth. She could sing. Same thing over and over again. And it goes back to that part I just played at the end. And then it kind of just fades out with, you know, guitar solos. On the album, it's kind of a short song. It's not really long at all. But, you know, it'd be a great song to jam on. You know, it's a really good song to jam on. Just because that riff is just so awesome. That little... Ask any guitar player. They'll say, hey man, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool little riff. You know, it's not super hard and it sounds good. It's good. Part comes in real subtle. That girl could sing. And it goes right back into the... She could sing. Anyway, there's the basis of the song. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. I found several different versions of it on YouTube here. Or go out and buy the CD. You know, go out and buy the record or video, whatever your thing is. You know, there's. The live album, that song is not on Running on Empty because it came out afterwards. But Running on Empty is an awesome album. I'd recommend it to any guitar player or any piano player or anybody who wants to do any kind of modern jazz or anything like that. It's a really good thing to check out, because there's a lot more to this guy than meets the eye. Okay, there's the song, and y'all jump on it and figure it out, or hang with it, or jam to it, whatever you want. Signing off.